Oh, we got any trash cans? Heck yeah, Ryan.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest edition of NFX Update Show. I'm Justin.
I'm Eric.
What time is it, Eric?
It is 7:28, I think. I don't know.
It's way too early for you.
No, I'm good.
Got your coffee. This week's episode sponsored by Starbucks. Shameless plug. Not bang. We don't have any bangs in the fridge.
Yeah, unfortunately they're all gone. Hopefully the ladies come back soon. I still have to send out the tallies on the teams because we have to wait till tonight to see who finishes where. But as of last, Justin was in the lead, and then followed by Evan and Morgan, tied very close, and then Huck and Vanna behind them, and then me was catching up. So we'll see what happens this week, and then we'll put out the standings on Instagram, the final standings. Sorry we never really kept you updated. Some people were supposed to post that, never did. Ryan. So we'll move on from there.
I think this year's Open, or 19.6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, whatever you want to call it, kind of went really well for considering that we only had 6 months to kind of prepare from last Open to this Open. So I think there's a lot of growth into what's going to be next season, or 2021 Open, but in 2020, I don't know how that's going to work. But I think we have a lot to grow. Definitely think the participation is going to increase as we prepare, as the gym grows. Lots of stuff to celebrate, lots of stuff to grow upon. I mean, Eric hitting 15 muscle-ups, I think was pretty cool.
Chris hitting 10. I
mean, several people hitting PRs. Jason Cobb hitting clean and jerk PR in 20.4. Handstand push-up PRs. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I think, we could both, create a long list of stuff to celebrate and stuff to grow on for this next year's Open.
Yeah, and I think definitely Friday Night Lights is a big thing this year. I mean, it wasn't as big as it usually has been in the past, but you could definitely see the people who've never done it before that did Friday Night Lights saw the energy and saw how they were able to do amazing stuff out of it. So, All right, this week we talked to Ryan about his final Open recap and kind of see what he thought about everything with everybody and then kind of what's going forward next. So, here you go.
All right, guys, this is going to be our last Open show. And we're here, obviously, with the guy who closes it off every time, Ryan. So, Ryan, let's get straight to it. What are your thoughts on the second Open this year within 8 months?
Yeah, it was interesting for sure. It was a challenge, I think, for personally, and I guess I'll get into that a little bit. It was a challenge personally for me, and then for the gym as well. It was hard, and our numbers kind of mirrored CrossFit's numbers across the world a little bit. So, I guess to bring everybody up to speed, typically, and if we go back to February, March of this year, CrossFit had, I think, like 411 or 420,000 people registered for the Open worldwide. For this one, right, for the second one of the year, which will be the new season going forward, so they don't have to worry about that anymore, they only had somewhere around 220,000, 230,000. So they saw about a 40% decline in their registration numbers, which pretty much is exactly what we saw here. I believe in February, March, we had like right at 100 or 105, and we had 69 this time. So we saw about the same decline. So we definitely fit in with that. So it was something, and we're talking with people that they didn't want to pay the $20 again. They didn't feel like doing the Open again. And then it was timing, like this time of year, especially for me, just going into the personal side of things is this time of year is really hard with football. We got 2 boys that are playing football, so we're always coming and going on Fridays, and that was really tough. Saturday games, there's a lot of things that I think myself and maybe us as a coaching staff before the Open started didn't identify were going to be problems with this Open. So we had to kind of play catch up. So it didn't go as smooth as we want. There's a lot to work on for next time. As far as, and not programming and stuff, we'll work on that. Evan and I are getting together today. Programming wise, there's things to work on. And then just logistical stuff. Making sure we get more folks to sign up and have them understand why. Push the Friday Night Lights themes better, push the Friday Night Lights participations better, do a better job with the teams that we made and making sure everybody knows what team they're on and how many points they're in with. There's just all of those little things that we did really well in February, March, we didn't do well in this one. Just kind of snuck up on us, but we'll fix them for next year for sure.
So going back on that quick question, you'll always push to open in this gym. It'll never be one of those things. I want to say that, and like my kind of thing. I was reading a lot back and forth on a lot of social media. It was like people would like say, "I'm not gonna do the open because I'm focusing on something else." But
Sure.
like in this gym, the open will always be a priority.
Yeah, so I like to, number one, it's part of the season, right? So for those that compete, it's part of the season, and the other competitions that go around Texas and stuff that we do always stay away from the open, right? So there's an in-season and out-of-season training and program that we have to adhere to. So number one, I think that's part of it. But to me, the biggest thing with the open is not even really about your big, nation ranking or international ranking. The big thing with the open is the community part of it. And I say this all the time. The idea of this gym really is the community. And I honestly feel bad for the folks that just come in, sign in, work out, leave. And they don't come to extracurricular events. They don't come to things like the open or Saturdays or things of that nature because they're missing a huge part of this gym, this community. So to me, I don't never want to force people to do the open. I believe they should do the open for two reasons. Number one, it's a great test for themselves to see where they are, really where they are.
Yeah.
Because there's no hiding where you are. And if you think you're, in decent shape or you're decently skilled, this is a great setup for that. And then you can test that from year to year. So I think that's number one. And then number two, like I said, it's community. Those Friday nights, and we were still only running maybe 40 or 50 people on a Friday night. It was still a great time.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome. So that's a big part of that thing.
How'd you feel in the approach the overall gym took? Like, how do you feel that gym did as a whole on the open this year?
I thought we did good, and I haven't looked at the community leaderboard because they did bring that back this year, which I was pretty excited about. They didn't bring it back fully. They brought it back to just where you could see it in the U.S. You can't break it down by state or anything. But I thought the gym did really well. I thought there were some folks that kind of snuck out of the woodwork if you look at the leaderboard of where they are, and you're kind of like, dang, where did that come from? We had some really good workouts. And then I saw a lot of things that I guess we just don't normally see, like a lot of people flying high on the rings on 20.5 and a whole ton of folks doing handstand walks and just things that I guess that are higher skill level that really surprised me that there are so many people in this gym that can do.
I think going back to that ring muscle up, just as I looked at the numbers, 14 guys got a muscle up,
Yeah.
and I believe
There were six or seven
girls that got a
Yeah.
muscle up. So
That's huge.
that's 21 out of the 69, which is
Yeah, it's a third, almost 30.
last year. I could say there was only 3 girls that maybe got their muscle up. We're talking about 2018, not 2019.
Right, 20, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that many.
So just
Yeah.
that's a good way to just kind of look at it.
Yeah.
So what is next? What are we looking for next?
So
what
now-
do we look out for?
After this recording that we do here, Evan and I are getting together on programming so we can lay out a podcast and get that out for our programming that will start next week, which is, what day is that?
The
Monday the
18th.
18th. So Monday the 18th, our new program will roll out. And we'll start building from that. The next two things we're eyeing, the next two events I guess we're eyeing, we have Lone Star, which is in January. That's a local comp at CrossFit Big D. So folks are just starting to sign up for that. And then a week after that, or 10 days after that, is the qualifiers. 4 days. Okay. Glad I'm taking that one off. So 4 days after Lone Star is the TFE qualifier start. The
Wednesday,
TFE.
January 27th, qualifier
So-
starts.
So our next two big things are in January, and then that typically leads us into, if they roll with it the same like they did before, we usually do Mark's comp. What's that one that he does?
We won't be able to.
When is it?
It's gonna be in April, but TFE
Oh yeah,
April
that's
24th.
right. Yeah, so we won't go do that this year. So that's what we're looking at, I guess. Right now we'll just focus on Lone Star and we'll focus on TFE qualifiers, which it kind of works out nice because we'll prep for Lone Star with the whole gym.
Yeah.
And then rolling right into the TFE qualifiers, we'll be ready for it. So, but those are the next couple things that we're looking at. So.
Sounds good, guys. We'll keep you updated on Lone Star and TFE. Also, when you see this video, go ahead and congratulate Amanda. She broke the top 200. Brian here will do it next year, but
Yeah.
big things for that girl coming. So when you see her, tell her congratulations.
She did phenomenal. So.
And also, we'll see her in a couple months.
Yep.
All right, guys. See ya.
Take care.
What's next, Eric?
As of now, there seems to be kind of like a chill month in November in a way, and then it's getting ready for Lone Star, which is gonna be January 18th. If you don't have a team yet, figure one out. It's gonna be on a Saturday at CrossFit Big D, and then 4 days later, it's qualifier time for TFE.
Yay! Back to it.
Back
Season
to it.
has started. What are you looking forward to most?
I like my team for Lone Star a lot. We have really good chemistry. Just got, I think, but something big is like if you have a friendship going into it. So I think we're gonna be pretty good there. Like, pretty excited to do that one. And then I'm excited for my TFB team. Kind of put 4 people together. Like, hey, do y'all want to do this? Y'all want to go down with me? They said, yep. So we're going.
Gonna run through a wall for each other.
Yeah. So we're gonna go in the skill division. So looking forward to that.
All right. Catch us next Open.